Hello, my stamping friends. This is Renee Novak at blessedbycards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, and I'm here today to share with you a weekly Wednesday tutorial. Today, I'm going to share with you 3 cards, actually, that I created using the product of the month, which is that Eyelet framelit, and it's available still. Even though it's almost to the end of the month, you can get this if you purchase $75 worth of stuff in my online store. You can purchase this for only $5. And it really does have a lot of delicate details, and it doesn't cut the entire thing. It embosses and half cuts. So let's get started with some of the cards. So the first card that I created, I started with the Knight of Navy card base, and I used the die to cut a white, out of white cardstock. And so as you can see, it kind of does the embossing, but it doesn't cut it all the way through. If you wanted to pick those up and fold them and make them three-dimensional, you could. So it does take a little bit of fussiness getting the little pieces out, but it's worth it because this card turned out beautifully. And I just cut it down to a 3 3/4 by 5 and added another layer of Knight of Navy and white. And then I used the nested dies to create the greeting. I use Stampin' Dimensionals to raise that up, and that happy birthday is from Rolling Waves. So that is our first card, and of course you can put a white card on the inside and decorate as desired. Card number 2 is very similar. I used a Cajun Craze card base. I again did the white and layered it with the Cajun Craze in white. Again, I used the nested dies, and I stamped the happy birthday from Rolling Waves, but I did cut it down a little bit smaller to be on the card front. So you have the full card, and then you have a little piece, and you can even cut it down even smaller or cut it on the diagonal. So I'm just starting to play around with this. And then the third card that I created is just a simple thank you card, and that is done this time. Instead of the white, I used the crumb cake, and I did back it with white. So I just cut a little bit bigger piece of white, and I glued my crumb cake eyelet down, and then I just trimmed around the white, making sure that it was 3 3/4 by 5. And then these little dots are from the A Round of Hellos. Those little dots in there are great for a lot of different projects. And so I just layered a little piece of white across there and some strips of early espresso. And the greeting is from With You in Mind, and it's all on a crumb cake card base. And again, of course, you can put the white on the inside and decorate as desired. So, for all the supplies and all the measurements, they're available on my blog at blessedbycards.com. Now, I do have a 4th card that I will share with you on my blog. I don't have it to show in the video because I sent it off already. But I do have it scanned, and I can feature that so you can see my 3rd card. It's just a birthday card which I copied directly from the Stampin' Up! Website. I just tweaked it a tiny little bit, and so I'll let you know that in the description on my blog. So be sure to hop on over to my blog at blessedbycards.com. You can download a free project sheet with all the supplies and the measurements that you'll need for all these cards, and you can also place your order. If it's $75 or more, you can purchase this eyelet again for only $5. So that is all I have for my Make It Monday. Be sure to stop back on Wednesday for another video tutorial. And until then, be blessed.